How's it going, YouTube? It's Joseph. Alright, so for today's video, I'm for the most part going to be talking about my experience at 3 different gyms that I went to. Before I get there, though, let me give you a little backstory of me. For those who know me, they know that I used to be around 318 pounds, give or take. And before I was obese, I really wasn't into fitness at all. I hated it because I watched a lot of movies like Major Pain and those movies back in the early 2000s and late 90s. You know what I'm talking about. And it always showed people who were into fitness as either bullies, jerks, or they showed military school as something that was a punishment. And like growing up, my family used to use that to scare me, and I used to be terrified, thinking that I would have to do push-ups and get yelled at, and you know, just kind of be terrorized and tortured. That's kind of how I saw fitness, as torture and as a shaming device, and as something that it wasn't healthy for me. It was just something that was just used so that people can make fun of you and like say that you're not good enough and say that you're weak and say that you're not a man type thing. It was just this hyper masculine attack. So I'm giving you that backstory so that you know why I was obese in the first place. For the most part, I ate a lot of food, had a really great appetite. When I was younger, I used to be really small, skinny, scrawny. Didn't have the best childhood. Watched a lot of television, wasn't very active. Ate a lot of food, and the stress of my childhood and increased appetite once I hit puberty played a part in me gaining a whole bunch of weight. So that's kind of how I ended up gaining a lot of weight in the first place. And then after I gained the weight, I pretty much was like 300 some pounds for like 10 years. And then around 2016, like I realized that my weight got out of control. I realized I wasn't really comfortable in my body, and it wasn't at an aesthetic point. It was more like I couldn't walk a block. I couldn't really do anything. Like I had a friend who would enable me to go and to all of these different restaurants and fast food places, and I just didn't really. It didn't feel natural to me. And there's nothing wrong with being that size if you're comfortable with it and if you're healthy. But for me, I wasn't comfortable. I couldn't really do anything. My self-esteem was at an all-time low. I was at the point of suicide. It wasn't healthy for me to be that size. And I'm not even talking about physically. It wasn't healthy for me mentally. So I think the straw that broke the camel's back was I was drinking some soda and I was just kind of getting ready to go to sleep, and I had this weird like coughing episode, and some of the soda came out of my mouth, and it was so uncomfortable. My chest was burning, and it was very, very, very scary for me. And I associated soda with this reaction. So out of fear and out of anger, I stopped drinking soda, and I dropped like 20 pounds or something. And then I went for a regular checkup with the doctor, and they said that maybe you should try to like walk 20-30 minutes, a day and see what happens. And I didn't do it every day, but I started to make an attempt to walk 20-30 minutes 3 times a week. And that's kind of how I lost the first part of my weight. And then ultimately, the weight kept going off as time went by, and then so on and so on. And now that I gave you a little bit of backstory, that's going to lead you into the first gym that I went to, which is called the YMCA. The YMCA. Okay, so that was the first gym I really joined. And now, let me give you my experience there. One, like everything was brand new, since I haven't really been at a gym. I remember doing a lot of cardio, like I would try to like walk and run and do whatever I could do, with the limitations that I had. And it was decent, like nobody judged me. I didn't feel like people were talking about me. Like most of the time I was surprisingly comfortable there. And it actually let me know that I actually enjoy fitness. Once you took away all of the abusive parts of fitness, I realized I actually enjoyed it, and it was actually something that I liked doing. And it was able to help take away that lie that made me feel like that people were just gonna like force me to like exercise until my arms falling off type thing. So, like I really enjoyed being there. They had a swimming pool. I would take advantage of that. Like I would just kind of get in the water. I actually got one of my friends to come with me. It was that friend who would enable me to go to like fast food places. I ended up getting him to go there with me because turns out they enjoy going to the Y and getting in the pool as well. So, we'd just get in the pool and just kind of move around or whatever, like. And I also started eating like 2,000 calories. I know it probably wasn't a healthy amount or whatever, but all I knew was the minimal information on a pack or something, and it said that the recommended amount was 2,000 calories. And because I didn't know a thing about fitness, I just used that as my like fitness go to. That and exercise. And let's see what else. I did end up getting into the weights there, and again, it was overall really good. I actually met um, a decent dude there, who would give me advice and who would actually encourage me. And as the weight came off, he would be like, "Hey, bro, you're doing good." Oh man, so it was a really really great experience there. And like I definitely will get a membership there again. And the only reason why I ended up leaving that YMCA was because I moved to a different neighborhood and whatnot. So that's my experience at the YMCA. Now let's get to the next gym, number two, which is called Export Fitness. Oh my god, Export Fitness. Now, before I spill all of the bubbling hot tea, let me talk about the positives first. One really attractive thing about this gym was that there was multiple gyms throughout the city, and my membership allowed me to go to all of them. I paid about $50 a month there, and they were open 24 hours, 7 days a week, which was amazing because that means that I can go before going to church, I can go after church, I can go while I was doing caviar. When I was doing caviar as a delivery guy, I can go there. I can go before my job started at Jimmy John's because I used to work at Jimmy John's around 2018. So I would be able to get a quick workout in before going to Jimmy John's, or I can go and get a quick workout after Jimmy John's. So that was a lot of attractive things about Export that wheeled me in and kept me there. But it was not a perfect gym, not by a long shot. One thing they really need to work on is their customer service because they were beyond rude to me. I mean, every time I went to the front desk, there was a lady there and she had a disgusting attitude. It was like she just hated me for some reason. And I'm just grateful that this wasn't the first gym I went to because that could have really damaged me and turned me off to exercise. And there was another incident where the personal trainers tried to force me into like a personal trainer course. They used manipulation and psychology to try to forced me in by, using the I don't care mentality. They were disrespectful. They asked me what my goals were. I said being healthy, and they said, but that's not a goal. What's your real goals? And it was just a lot of pressure. It was a lot of intimidation tactics. And, this gym is probably more closer to the abusive fitness side than any of the other gyms I've been to. And there was another thing that happened where I was in need of assistance, and I asked one of the front desk people, and it was like it was just like your typical, very good looking, alpha male, he's been doing this for years type dude, he got 6 packs for days, he got nice hair, good skin, very, very, very a good looking person, and, I'm just needing some assistance with something. And he's like, first of all, he ignored me. I asked once, I asked twice, he ignored me. And then he was just like, hey, I don't know, and I don't care type thing, just kind of rude and extremely disrespectful. And then the third incident that happened was that I was working out at a gym at another location, and some random dude came up and he was asking me a question while I was in the middle of my workout. So I ignored him because I was trying to focus on my sets. And then next you know, out of nowhere, he just starts screaming at me, "Are you using her?" Just like as loud as he can, to the point where everyone in the gym is facing us. For a second, I thought he was gonna swing off me, and I'm just like, I still just ignore them because, like, what do you say to something like that? Like, I can't afford to act out in public. They would kick myself out so quick, it'll be a never allowed back before I can blink. So I can't really do anything in a situation like that because the system won't protect me. They'll throw me out. Press, like that's just what the world does. People like me, we have one chance, and if we screw up, it's over. It's over, and it's a permanent ban. It's a forever, never allowed type thing. You're just forever on a blacklist. So I just stayed quiet, and I just kept working out, and I just pretended like I didn't hear anything this dude said. And, I was there for a bit. I was actually there until around 2020 when the situation happened. And now let me give you the third gym that I went to and that I'm currently at now, and that is called LA Fitness. And one thing I like about this gym is just like Export, you can kind of go to any gym in the DFW area. I think that that's amazing. Um, they have a heck of a lot better customer service than Export ever did. Like they're very kind or nice. They say hi. Like they don't press you for too much information. They don't try to force you into a personal trainer thing. People there are all chill, laid back. They have nice equipment. They have they have a swimming pool, and I love that. They have a swimming pool, and they also have a hot tub, and then they have a sauna. And I think that those are amazing because recently I got into the sauna phase for my skin. Like I think that is something that can be beneficial. And the only downside of LA Fitness is they close at like 10 o'clock. Like it would be nice if they were able to be open 24 hours. So I would really love that. But this is pretty much the better gym that I've been to. And the only reason why I say it's better than the YMCA is because I can go to multiple locations. I can bring a guest anytime I go. One guest, any visit I go. There's no limit on the amount of times that guest can come if they're with me. So I really like those things. Like I pay about $35 a month. Like I was paying like $32 at the Y. It would have been 50, but I had a special plan with them, so they gave me a little discount. And yeah, overall, like I really don't have many complaints about LA Fitness. Like it's definitely is a really good gym. I would recommend that if any of you guys who don't work out was looking for a gym, LA Fitness is a good gym because for one, it's not like an intimidating atmosphere. They're very kind, they have a lot of good stuff for you to use. They do have personal trainers if you needed like someone to help you with whatever you needed, and overall, like the people who work out there are chill, laid back, easy to kind of like, communicate with if you needed to use a weight or something and whatnot. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Um, yeah, because I feel like if I'm going to do a YouTube channel, I think it's only fair that I give you a little bit more about just me as a person so that I'm not just some superficial entity on the screen talking. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, a thumbs up, give me some feedback on what I could have done better. Subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys can help me get to 100 subscribers. Yeah, anyways, I just wanted to share this video with you guys. I really hope you enjoy your Saturday. And until next time, Godspeed.